As we celebrate Pride Month this month, we want to focus on thousands of LGBTQ plus veterans who still cannot receive full benefits because they were not honorably discharged under that don't ask, don't tell rule in the military that was there for so long. The policy directed military personnel don't ask, don't tell, don't pursue, and don't harass service members about their sexual orientation. The policy was criticized for forcing military personnel into secrecy and for falling short of total acceptance of their ability and right to serve in the military. It was later repealed in 2011 under President Obama, so service members could be openly gay without a threat. But now, more than a decade after the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, some veterans still cannot receive full benefits such as loans and tuition and assistance and medical treatment, which they earned because of their service, but because they were not honorably discharged under that policy, they aren't eligible. So joining us now is Iraq War veteran, a current Army reservist, and LGBTQ rights advocate, Tony Woods, for more on this. Tony, thanks for being here on this important issue. I didn't know anything about this, really. So can you tell us, thanks, can you tell us more about Don't Ask, Don't Tell and how some discharged veterans were able to get benefits and some were not?
Yeah, Terry, when you look at this issue, and I did a lot more research on it as we were sort of reflecting on the 10-year anniversary of repeal, thinking that we made a lot of progress, and we did, and it's really phenomenal that people like myself are actually able to go back and serve again and continue to wear the uniform and serve the country. But what I realized when doing a little bit of research and reflecting is that there are actually, between World War II and 2011, when Don't Ask, Don't Tell went away, as many as 114,000 gay, lesbian, bisexual service members were kicked out of the military because of their sexual orientation. And it turns out policies like Don't Ask, Don't Tell were really unevenly applied. People like myself, we were lucky. I got an honorable discharge, and that meant that I have access to benefits like affordable home loans, the GI Bill, or medical care for anything from if somebody needs care for PTSD to receiving a COVID-19 vaccine. But many veterans who were kicked out under Don't Ask, Don't Tell and its predecessor don't actually have those benefits because their commanders chose to apply the law more harshly. So they got an other than honorable discharge or a dishonorable discharge, which means they're barred from getting access to these really important benefits.
So what has driven you to get active in this cause and to find and help and try and change the policy so that those who did not receive the honorable discharge that you did and deserved it do have access to the same benefits?
Well, my motivation, one, of course, as a member of the LGBTQ community, it's really important that we do right by these service members who served our country honorably and were kicked out for no other reason than their sexual orientation. But I would also go a step further. This is actually a matter of national security. Young people today who are thinking about joining the military, they take a good hard look at how we treat our service members and those who've served in the past, and they factor that into their decision making of whether or not they want to join the military. It's why it's important we mark holidays like Memorial Day, where we honor the sacrifices of those who have lost their lives in service, or Veterans Day for those who have served. But we're also looking at how do we treat the people who have served? Do we treat them well and care for the injuries that they might have after they've served? And so I think it's really important from a national security perspective that the Biden administration work with Congress to look at this issue very closely and upgrade the discharge statuses of those who were kicked out for no other reason than their sexual orientation.
Well, can I follow up on that, Tony? What is the fix, or that upgrading the status? Does that require an act of Congress? Would it go on a case-by-case basis? Who would decide?
Right now, the burden of proof and the onus is on the individual service member to go forward and to request a change to their status. What that actually looks like is potentially many, many, many months, 12 to 18 months, if not more, for them to fight against the bureaucracy to try to have this changed. And for many people, being kicked out of the military in this manner was really traumatic. So we're asking these people who've served our country honorably to relive a traumatic experience and fight as individuals to try to gain access to these benefits. Well, for many of these people, if this is a critical moment where you need access to really important care, whether it's PTSD or the effects of Agent Orange or gaining access to COVID-19 vaccines, we shouldn't be asking them to fight as individuals. We need the Biden administration to work with Congress to upgrade those discharges en masse for anyone who is discharged simply because of their sexual orientation. That's not fair and that's not right. And we need Congress and the Biden administration to step in and act.
Got it. Iraq War veteran and LGBTQ rights advocate Tony Woods, thank you for your service and the service of all of our LGBTQ fellow Americans who served in the military as well. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much. Happy Pride.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.